Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Highly Taken podcast, episode number don't know, haven't edited the last 3. This is going to come out before those. That's going to be interesting. I am David, back in Tallahassee, though you won't know I went to Jacksonville because I haven't posted this yet.
Oh, Christian Smith back from Maryland.
Yeah, see, Christian, you got to tell us because we don't know where you're going to be. You've been in like 5,000 different places already.
I know, bro.
Nick Smith back at you at Jacksonville Beach. You would think Christian would know by now that he always goes second, but he's like always like phased out. Like whenever you introduce you, it's like he's wondering if you really are in Tallahassee.
Yeah, I'm actually going to show up right behind. What's actually happening is it's the fact that you don't open up drinks anymore and go. Kss.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
You had to update your mic quality, and now we've lost our kss at the beginning of it. I'll start editing in this kss sound in every single episode.
Hey, whatever you need to do, I'd say do it. But guys, before we get anything, I'm just sick to my stomach. I'm pissed. I had a great bet. I felt really good about it. I had a gut feeling the Lions were going to win yesterday. Talked to my brother about it, and he talked me out of it. And you always go with your gut feeling. When you guys bet, always go with your gut feeling. Because when someone says simple words of, well, who is better, Patty or Goff? Obviously, it's Patty, and that's what got me. That's what got me.
Sorry, let's just forget the other 21 starters on
I know, and it's stupid. I had a feeling it was going to happen. You know what?
Holmes is on defense now. He's locking St. John Aquinas, whatever his name is, down.
Yeah, it really does suck. But before we get into that game, guys, I'm happy it's back. I'm happy football's here. But let's get right into it, David.
Yeah, so we're gonna do Gone in 60 Seconds. Bear with me today. I forgot my notes. So I'm gonna have to.
Christian's on the run again.
All right, he always has the runs. I tell you what.
Always on the run.
Probably because he eats like buffalo chicken once every 2 days.
No, once every day.
Dude, I will say I'm right there with you, Christian. Ty's family, every time I come over, they'll be like, oh, what are you going to eat today? You're going to have something buffalo chicken? I literally eat buffalo chicken probably once a day, too. So you're not alone.
That's like one of the only things you can eat on the Daniel fast, though, right? It's like
I couldn't have chicken. The Daniel fast is over. Daniel fast is over.
This bad boy yesterday, brand new bottle.
You going to chug that?
Not freaking happening. I actually went ahead and went with some grape Kool-Aid.
Okay, I see you there.
All right.
Jonestown. Christian laughed at the joke. I don't think he understands.
And I'm pretty sure it's wrong. I think it's called purple Kool-Aid, but
it's called purple drink. I think.
I'm pretty sure that's what we call it. We don't call it grape
Kool-Aid. I got that purple drink.
But let's get after it.
All right. On your mark, get set. In today's episode of Impromptu Gone in 60 Seconds, where David decided to leave his notes, we're going to talk about a game that hits hard. That's right, we're going to talk about the amazing worldwide sport of slap fighting. Slap fighting is a game that's been taking the world by storm. Literally just two guys standing in front from each other and smacking the absolute living crap out of each other. You take turns going back and forth, and winner is whoever doesn't get knocked out, or if they go into points, they get voted on points. I don't know how they get voted on points. I guess whoever slaps harder, but you do get fouls. You cannot flinch, and you cannot obviously block. You got to take it like a man. So, it's the game that I think, my parents have been practicing on my behind for years and years and years, so maybe they can go pro at that at some point and get some money off of it. But it's a game I could not take. I don't think I've seen these giant dudes. I think the guy's name's like Comiskey or whatever they call him, like the dumpling. He's this giant dude just slaps the crap out of people.
Yeah, I will say, man, I don't know how these people do it. It's super popular. I think Russia is the one that started this. But I think you get like points if you knock them back a little bit. You get a point. Obviously, they don't really care about concussions because I feel like they probably get multiple concussions.
Dude, have you seen after the matches, these guys have like bowling ball size like swollen on their face.
If you hit the right spot, man, you can knock someone out even if it is a slap. Like if you hit right around here, dislocate that jaw, you're out.
Look, I was actually thinking about this though, Nick. I just realized, dude, we can do over under on amount of slaps in a game. Get them knocked out. I just seen that actually on Instagram.
To go back and talk about Nick saying if you're betting, go with your gut. If you have a gambling addiction, don't go with your gut. Just stop.
Well, yeah, obviously.
7% of the people who are about to hit it big quit right before they don't hit it big.
All right.
Christian has a point. You can only ever lose 100% of your money, but you can win 200%. You do the math there.
let's put 1-800-GAMBLING right insert here. Christian, we might need to talk with you.
Or pause.
I'll put up Christian's actual phone number here instead.
Yeah, especially I think he's doing this because he hasn't hit on his not so payday parlays. So
I don't think he's ever hit except for the one where it wasn't a parlay. It was just a straight bet.
I would like to at least point out that I think up until last night, I had something crafted pretty well. If somebody had just gone with their gut, we would be alive right now. In all honesty, I just want to say,
are we dead?
You need to thank Will, our special guest from the one of our episodes for that. Really enjoyed the conversation. He said about 4 different things that made me change my mind. I really like the Lions to win, and I was talking about it all week, and I didn't do it. And let's get to that game too, guys. It was a good game. It really showed without Kelsey, Mahomes has nothing. Those receivers were awful. Tony dropped like 4 passes.
3. He got
3, 2 of them could have been touchdowns. It was
one of them was a touchdown though, just for the other team.
Yeah, it was miserable for Patty, and I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad at all. This is what you deserve. And let me put it to this way: on top of that, their right tackle was getting away with false starts the entire night. You know how many times he left early? I guarantee you it was almost every single play the guy was leaving early. They only called it 3 times.
I think Chris Collinsworth ended up calling him a slot receiver at one point of how many times he was trying. He
kept moving. He kept moving his feet. You can't. You have to sit your feet, man.
Spot here.
And that just goes to show you they're going to have some issues on that right side this entire year.
He did terrible with the Bengals. That's the guy they got from the Bengals. So he wasn't that good. And the thing is, like you said, I mean, Patrick Mahomes still had a great game, 251 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick that was 10.
I don't call that an interception. I think we need to go back to the drawing board on those. I don't think wide receivers should get interceptions if it's something that comes off your hands. If it's right here and it comes off your hands, that's on you. That's not on the quarterback.
It's like all over Instagram, but they have like the freeze frame of the moment just before it's literally in his hands. Caught the ball.
Yeah, he looked like garbage, and kudos to the Giants for getting rid of him, man. That was great. He was supposed to be a great receiver.
He had touchdowns.
You know what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen is he's going to have some stickum. They're gonna put some stickum on him.
With all that being said, let's not downplay the play of the Lions. I think
absolutely not. Dan Campbell, I will say,
dude has balls.
Is a risky coach, and we all liked it. We like watching risky coaches. I mean, you're on your own yard line, on your own side of the field, and you go for it, a fake punt. That's insane.
I mean, why not? It's the first game of the season. You're against the Chiefs. Everybody thinks you're going to lose anyway.
Absolutely.
It's the first quarter. Why not go for it? I think that's a great play there.
Now, I will say, I'm going to the Chiefs-Jags game next week in Jacksonville. I'm not looking forward to that game. I'm not looking forward to that game at all.
The Jags had a chance to beat them last year.
I know, but they're going to be out for some blood next week.
I think Chiefs are going to start off 0-2 because Jacksonville has a sour taste in their mouth because they could have won that game.
And they have a better team. They have a better team than they did last year. Better offense.
Last year.
It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good game, but we'll talk about that next week. I really wanted to kind of who do you guys see kind of throwing some upsets in the NFL this week?
I'll tell you mine, and I feel like you haven't rode with it a bunch. I know when we were talking about it with my dad didn't ride with it a bunch. David, I haven't really gotten your thoughts, but I'll tell you right now, man, those Steelers are going to come out and smack the Niners in the mouth, dude. When you go and look at that we've seen around this team this past offseason, and I don't like to compare it like this, but it is the hype we saw around the Eagles team last year. It was the development of that offense coming together. There was 2 wideouts that were stud wideouts with now on this side Pickens and Johnson. And not to mention Chase Claypool, you have a solid running back, and Kenny Pickett is making these steps. And we don't even need to talk about the defense that has arguably the best player in the NFL on defense over there. I mean, these guys are set to take a good step, a very good step, and they're going to be a very competitive team. And what's crazy, and about on top of all that, at the helm of it all, Mike Tomlin. I mean, this guy, he's a winner. So I love it. I think the Steelers, for me, that's probably my dark horse team of the NFL this year. I think they're going to be able to get the job done. Definitely week 1 here against the Niners, and they're underdogs.
I'll say, man, I would not want to be in that division. No. That division, it's going to be it's a pretty stacked division. Even the Browns, man. And I like that pick. Steelers at home. Mike Tomlin coming in. Not so great season last year. He's got a chip on his shoulder. He's got a team.
Kelly?
He looks yes, Kelly. The team looks good. Niners, they're having some issues with paying some people. Not to mention who's starting week 1. Is Darnold starting week 1? Is Purdy ready? I don't think Purdy's ready. I think I like that pick, but I'm going to go with one that I said way back when we started this podcast, when we were going over schedules. Browns are going to beat the Bengals. I think the Browns are beating the Bengals this week. I think they're going to go out there and show.
Is Burrow even playing, though? They haven't really confirmed.
Well, right now they have him scheduled to play. I don't think he should play.
I think he really sit out a week. Yeah. They started off 0-4 last year or something like that and still won the division. So
yeah, there's no reason for him to come back early. And Jamar Chase told him not to come back early either. And that's your wide receiver that you throw to constantly, and he's telling you not to come. But I will say, with or without Burrow, that's my sleeper pick of the week is the Browns.
Mine is actually going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going into Minnesota. I think it's all going to lie in the hands of Baker. I think Baker can get the job done. He has the offensive weapons to get the job done. That's not a bad offense. And the defense for Tampa Bay is not bad either. It's going to be what Tampa Bay defense do you get? And, I mean, I just don't trust Kirk Cousins without Dalvin Cook now. Now you're only down to JJ is the only receiver really there. They lost Thielen. They have a new wide receiver there. I'm not sure how Matson's going to do. I'm not sure how the offensive line's going to do. And they lost a lot of people on defense as well this year. And I think the Buccaneers I think they could be slept on. I mean, within the division, it's a pretty bad division, but I think they could be a slept on team this year. It comes down to Baker Mayfield, and I think he can get it done against the Vikings in this first game.
All right, so someone go out there and put a bet down on the Browns, the Bucks, and the Steelers.
But that's not us.
Let me know how it goes.
Up there, though. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe that Vikings game is a 4:25 game.
I see 1 p.m.
Oh, dang.
See, it's not a primetime game, man.
4:25 isn't even
prime time. Now, the Eagles have them week 2 on Thursday. That's a primetime game.
Here we go.
I mean,
I've gone back-to-back years on Thursday.
Kirk O'Chains he's a decent quarterback, and I agree with you, David. I don't know. I think he's lacking some offensive talent there now.
He really
also, I'll throw out there too.
JJ.
Panthers are the underdog going into Atlanta.
That's interesting to me.
And I think they have a better team, defense and offense wise. And people are saying, even people like Will saying, well, who would you rather have as a quarterback, Bryce Young or Ritter? Right now, I can't tell you.
That's still dumb. You still have a pretty good, solid team around him. Even if they keep it simple, they can keep it simple for him. I mean, I'll talk about the Panthers a little bit more when we talk about our new segment that Nick's gonna head. But I think the Panthers win. I think the Panthers win the division. So
I'm just excited we get to talk about football, guys. Yeah. I've been waiting so long for this. I've had a bad taste in my mouth since February, and just so long waiting for this. We'll see. But anyway, let's get into it. What we got going on, David?
So I think, like I said, we do have a new segment, Nick, and I would like for you to kind of head that. What are we doing now?
Yeah, so we're going to do this. Some fantasy players, trust or bust. Guys, I'm going to be honest with you. Mahomes didn't play that great last night. I wouldn't have picked him. I felt like you would have been able to trust it, but
I sat all my Chiefs players. So
that's neither here nor there. I will say my trust pick for quarterback, is going to be none other than Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
He's coming back week 1.
Because he's big trust.
Oh, big trust. He's coming back week 1. He's got a stacked offense. If he doesn't go out there and perform, I don't know what you're going to do. He'll have at least 50 yards rushing, maybe more, against the Houston team that really isn't that great. Nonetheless, that's going to be my quarterback trust right there. Wide receiver, this all depends, and it all depends on who's starting. I would say go with Jamar Chase, but right now we don't know. So obviously you're going to keep him on your team starting lineup. Keep him there. But I just don't know what he's going to do. I will say my trust pick is going to be Chris Olave. Now that they have 2 wide receivers they have to worry about, Derek Carr is a better quarterback than Andy Dalton. Chris Olave can go out there and throw up some numbers. Start him. Trust me, against Tennessee. It's really, really tough running back wise. But I'm going Tony Pollard.
Yeah.
Against the Giants, I think he's gonna have a good game. He's the number 1 there now. Gonna get the bulk of the carries. I think he looks good. He's obviously got to start him. Obviously, no matter what. I'll throw out another wide receiver. I think you could probably trust this week because he's had a bad taste in his mouth since 2 years ago. Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley is going to go off. He's going to have a game, and he's gonna enjoy. He might even throw 2 touchdowns in there. He might not throw, but he'll have 2 touchdowns, maybe. Who I don't necessarily trust is going to be, this is my bust, is going to be Mattinson for the Vikings. Tampa Bay's got a good defense. Yes, he's going to get the bulk of the carries. People probably have him as RB2. Sit him, try to pick someone else up. I don't think he's going to go out there and perform the way that everyone thinks he's going to. On the other side of the ball, Rachaad White. Look for him. He's getting all of the carries. They're going to do a lot of quick screen passes. Go with Rachaad White. Trust me. I'll give one more bust, and you guys might not like it, but Najee Harris. Najee Harris, he's going to do okay, but San Fran's got a good defense. I don't trust it. I don't think he's going to be the number 1 running back there at the end of the year. But that's what I got, guys. You want me to throw a kicker out there? Throw in Myers. I don't know. Just throwing something out there.
Yeah, I did like 3 that I trust and 3 that I think are going to bust. So you'll notice a theme with my 3 trusts for this week. Quarterback, Sam Howell. Wide receiver, Dotson. And give me the Commanders' defense against the Cardinals this week.
For the Cardinals, baby. Woo!
First of all, we don't like the Cardinals, but the Cardinals team is just so bad. So obviously the defense right now, the starting quarterback is Joshua Dobbs. Obviously with Kyler Murray's injury out there, they don't really have anybody on offense anymore. I just think right there, I think they're going to have a field day with that team. On the other side of the ball, Cardinals defense, they got rid of a lot of guys this year. And Sam Howell is an underratedly athletic quarterback. I think he can get you some yards on the ground. And then Dotson, Terry McLaurin has had a toe injury. He's kind of been nursing, so he may be limited or even out. I'm not sure if they even announced if he's staying or playing the game. So he could be the receiver 1 there. He had a great year last year as a rookie, and I think he'll have a great game as well. My 3 busts. Number 1, Miles Sanders. He's been nursing a groin injury for most of the preseason, and I think they're going to probably play Chuba Hubbard a little bit more in that offense. My other bust is going to be George Kittle. I don't think they're going to utilize him that much in the passing game. I think the Steelers have a really good defense, and especially with we not knowing whether or not Purdy is playing or not, I don't think they're going to utilize him that much. And then my last bust is going to be any Baltimore Ravens wide receiver. I would not want to start any of them right now. I don't know how they're going to play, but I just feel like they're going to run the ball a little bit more, especially with Lamar there and then with their running backs. I don't think that any wide receiver is going to get that well of a game against, not a good Texans team, albeit, but I feel like good enough to where they're not going to be throwing 300, 400 yards, especially with Lamar there.
I agree. Christian, you got any players you want to mention? You can just throw a couple out there.
I only have one, and it's a trust. And
Jalen Hurts.
boys, he still hasn't wrote back. Give me Geno Smith against this weak Rams defense coming into Seattle. He's got Igba Smith there with Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. The guy's going to want to air this ball out. And I'm telling you, man, he still has not wrote back. He's looking to come out firing.
Wrote back. I think it said broke back.
It definitely sounds like broke back. I'm not going to lie. Jake Gyllenhaal?
Whoa, I love Heath Ledger.
Rip.
Ready? I mean, anytime you get a new weapon on your offense, you always want to use it. You want to utilize it. So I expect Geno Smith to have a big game. And good, we'll just say Jackson and Jigba Smith scores his first career touchdown.
JSN with the touchdown first game. Interesting. I think they're going to really stay on DK and Tyler Lockett. JSN's going to get his for sure. But is he still nursing that injury or is he good?
He's good.
Did you guys just see Santa Claus?
Yeah.
A little early.
Bring me
but yeah, as far as it goes with the toe injury, guys, I know that all too well.
Taylor Swift?
Here we go.
It takes time, man. I mean, it takes time.
I absolutely hated it when Terry McLaurin missed the first couple of games. The pallet jack smashed his foot. Absolutely brutal.
It is rough. But yeah, I mean, I like those picks, guys. Safe picks for sure.
I literally just said pick any commander. Go ahead and throw them out there.
Yeah,
Brian Robinson Jr. Throw them out there.
I just don't. I mean, it is Arizona. It's kind of hard not to go against him or them, I should say. I think they're trying to get the number one pick in the draft next year. I don't think they're playing for anything. I cannot wait to be able to go to a Phillies game next year because they are not going to be in front of the Rams this year. There's no way. Rams are my sleeper pick this year too. I think they're going to have a decent year. And again, it all depends if Cooper Kupp is playing and he's fully healthy. I will say, and I am sorry for saying it, I said Travis Kelce was going to get injured this year. I apologize. He did. I hope it's nothing. I know it's a hyper extension. I hope nothing else comes out of it. I hope he doesn't come back too soon. But from what I saw last night, he's coming back next week. No problem.
What a douche.
I know.
All right. What do you guys want to get into? I have some trivia if we want to get into that first, or there's anything else you want to get into first. I am all ears.
Oh, what a turn of events. Let's just do a quick trivia. Nothing crazy, just quick.
I'll give you some quick trivia.
Nick could use a little quiz on his face.
Yeah. I'll give you a little bit of it. I'll give you 5 questions, and I'm just so excited for the NFL season to start. I was like, I'll give you some NFL trivia, but then I get NFL Sunday ticket at 4:25. I'm sitting my butt down and watching the Eagles play. So why not some Philadelphia Eagles trivia here, just to even the playing ground for all of us? So, question number 1. What quarterback has the highest QBR in a single season in Eagles history? He actually had the 4th best all time in a single season.
I feel like, oh no, it can't be that. Or can it?
Bonus points for the year or no?
And if Nick agrees.
No.
Okay, then no.
No. Oh my gosh. It can't be him. It can't be. All right, I'm just going to go with it. It's wrong, but I'm going to go with it.
Nick, who'd you go with?
Carson Wentz.
Christian? 2013 Foles.
Nick Foles, 2013.
Oh, does that count?
Yeah, he played 14 games. He threw for 27 touchdowns and 2 picks, and that's the 4th highest all-time in a single season.
I feel so bad for Nick Foles, man. I really do.
He was a great. If it wasn't for Chip Kelly, I don't know.
He could have been the next guy there.
Number 2, let's give us a good taste in our mouth. Super Bowl 52, which Eagle had the most receptions?
Locked in.
Most receptions?
The most receptions in Super Bowl 52.
I'll lock in.
All right. Christian, who'd you lock in with?
Corey Clement.
Nick?
Dang, did he have the most? Now I'm confused.
Well,
How confident are you with that?
it doesn't matter. You can't follow me up because it wasn't.
No,
your
I'm
pick.
not. That's not what I was going with. I was going with Alshon.
All right. So with 7 receptions, we had Zach Ertz. With, I think, 5 receptions, we had Corey Clement. With 9 receptions and 83 yards, Nelson Aguilar had the most receptions for the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl.
Oh, no.
He had a good game.
Nelson.
He had a really
he
good
did.
game.
What
They only
Clement?
won.
Clement had he had
100
100 yards though. Clement had the most yards, but he also
Yeah,
had
because he caught
bomb.
that freaking 50-yard bomb in the back of the end zone.
Beautiful ball, beautiful catch.
Beautiful ball. Number 3, you have to tell me what Hassan Reddick, Sam Bradford, and Jeff Garcia all have in common.
Locked in. This is wrong, but I'm locking in.
What does Hassan Reddick, Sam Bradford, and Jeff Garcia all have in common?
Locked in.
All right, Nick, would you lock in with?
I was saying they all went to Oklahoma.
They all wore the number 7.
The answer is they all wore the number 7.
That was a slap in the face. Sam
Hassan
Bradford
Reddick
wore
also
number
with the temple.
7.
Connect the dots.
Oh,
If you guys give a hint, I was going to add in Jaworski and Vic. I felt that was too easy. If
I would have definitely got it. Man, I didn't even think about the numbers. That is bogus on my part.
All right, let's see what question. I had 10 questions trying to see which one I want to add because some of them were super easy. All right,
Locked in, Brian Westbrook.
Okay, which Eagles receiver has the most touchdown receptions in a single season?
I'm sorry, which what?
Which Eagles receiver has the most touchdowns in a single season in franchise history?
Locked in.
I'm going to lock in too.
All right. Christian, who do you lock in with?
AJ Brown.
Nick?
Did he pass him? I went Owens.
Correct answer is Terrell Owens. He had 14 in the Super Bowl season where they lost. And it's a real shame. I hate seeing that our most is the one season we got T.O. If McNabb and T.O. could have just put their egos aside, the Eagles would have at least won, I'd say 2 or 3 Super Bowls if they would just put their egos aside there. So, and then we're going to go with our last question. What's the score right now?
I'm up
2-1.
2-1. Nick's only gotten 1? That's pretty sad. At number 5, which Eagles player has the most all-time yards from scrimmage?
Locked
Not
in.
including punts or kick returns.
Not including punt and kick return.
I am wrong now.
Yeah, I'm about to say I think we had the same answer, and that just went out the door.
I already locked in, so I can't unlock.
But you were probably thinking Sproles too. Yards from scrimmage. All right, I'll lock in.
Nick, did you lock in first?
I did.
Nick, would you lock in with?
McCoy.
Christian?
I'll go Westbrook.
Ooh. Give you a little hint here. And the correct answer is going to be Brian Westbrook. He actually had 9,785 yards total. The second is LaShawn McCoy with 9,074. People forget how good he was in the passing game. If you want to look at his receiving stats alone, he had 426 receptions for 3,790 yards and 29 receiving touchdowns with the Eagles. And a lot of people don't realize he was the number 1 option because your other options was Hank Baskett, Todd Pinkston, and Freddie Mitchell. So no disrespect.
I'm really upset at myself because if I didn't lock in, I was going Westbrook, but I already locked in and there was nothing I could do about it. I locked in quick.
If you had just been patient for one more question when you learned, you'd have been right.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Third most is actually Harold Carmichael, and he only has 64 rushing yards. So,
what a beast. I love it.
All right. So I guess that impromptu one. I had I had like 5 more questions. I had like, who are the 2 people tied for the most punt return touchdowns? Who was like the 3 people with the most interceptions in Eagles history? And actually, you know who has the second most in Eagles history? Herm Edwards. Would not have guessed Herm Edwards. He has 33 picks in Eagles history.
It's a little before our time, but I never would have thought Herm Edwards was the guy.
He plays to win the game. What can I say?
OG Miracle in the Meadowlands.
So we're gonna toss to Christian. Did you craft us a nice parlay, something we're gonna lock down this week, or are we gonna regret going with the decisions?
I actually did, and that's gonna be courtesy to you two boys, because now our parlay happens to be the Bucks on the money line, the Steelers on the money line, and the Browns on the money line, boys. I mean, that's the parlay. That's it right there. Those are the 3 games. Those are the 3 locks. That's how we roll.
All right, Baker, if you're out there, please play well. I have my faith in you. And
if you want to throw one more to the mix, just to give yourself a little bit more
money line,
I'm gonna say Boise State beats UCF this week as well. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, all right. Hold on. Since we're throwing it out, I might as well go ahead and throw it out so it can be on camera. Appalachian State will beat North Carolina come tomorrow. I'm telling you, watch it. It's on here. I said it.
I just don't know if that happens, only because they have a bad taste in their mouth from last year. I just don't know if App State has the chance to beat them.
I think if we're going to do another top 25 ones that I want to put out there, I think that Miami beats A&M and that NC State beats Notre Dame.
Wow. NC State, I could see the Miami one, but the NC State, that's interesting. That is interesting, man. Wow. Okay. Hey, I think David, you got what's Utley got going on?
Oh, so before we change our names to Utley's Underdog, we're going to go with Utley's Doggy Style Dingers. I have a new dog. We have new segments. It's a whole thing that's going on. But I paid more attention to home runs this week. Believe it or not, it's not going to be a Phillies player, not going to be a Reds player. I am going to go with Jose Altuve. Jose Altuve on Monday hit 2 home runs in one game. And how do you follow that up with? I don't know. Hitting 3 home runs in 3 straight innings. Dude hit 5 home runs in the span of 2 games, which totals for 1/3 of his year's home runs because he hit 15. So, I mean, Jose Altuve, I mean, you can be a certified baller if you want, but I mean, 5 home runs in 2 games, 3 in the first 3 innings of a game. Absolutely insane. So that's going to be my doggy style dinger for the week.
I love it. That's insane, dude. That's incredible to do that. And yeah, good for you not going with Reds or Phillies players.
I just pay attention to those more.
I
almost went with Schwarber because he now has the most leadoff home runs in Phillies history.
That's crazy.
Over Jimmy Rollins.
I mean, let's be honest. He's either a home run or a strikeout. So
or a walk.
I heard he has like over 300 on base percentage, which I wouldn't believe that if you told me that, but I guess he's either homering, walking, or striking out.
No, we'll end it. We'll end it there. And then I'll send one real quick.
Yeah. Better send this to me straight after the podcast.
Okay.
I'll eat your This dude's taking up the butt.
So
you're taking up the butt?
That's very interesting. Very interesting, David.
Why would you do that?
Very interesting, David. I don't know what to say. That's that.
I lost the words here.
Yeah, caught off guard. But guys, I'm gonna get into my bet of the week. Christian, you hit your bet of the week last week. You picked Duke to win by 10 against Clemson.
They won by 21, baby.
They absolutely demolished Clemson. It wasn't even fair.
They dookied all over them.
But they dookied. I got that. All right. In honor of NFL week, it's back. Football's back. NFL's here. I'm going to pick a little bit of a parlay for my bet of the week, guys. All right, so game 1, I'm saying the Ravens are going to win. That's an easy one, right? Game 2, Panthers win in Atlanta. Game 3, Saints beat the Titans.
No.
And game 4, Broncos beat the Raiders.
4. You're wild.
Oh,
You did a parlay. What?
You heard it here, boys. Those are the
I feel
4 games.
obligated to take a punishment if he gets those all right.
I don't.
Why?
Because chances are it'll be on my bet slip too.
Well, then, Christian, you can do the opposite of that, and so either way you win. No, I don't think that's how that works.
Not how it works, buddy. I've tried the math that way so many times, and that's just not how it works.
So if I hit
There's
this,
a report
David
card.
is gonna take a punishment, huh?
If you get those all 4, I'll take a punishment. I'll
right.
eat some more beans.
Well, yeah. Some more jelly beans for sure. We'll do like, just for instance, we'll do 4.
We'll do 4, 1 for each game.
Yeah. I
You'd
like
had
it.
1 underdog and 3 favorites.
I mean, hey, it's the NFL. Like, these favorites are only like 2.5 point favorites. So
it's pretty much all the games except for one.
The Texans.
Ravens Texans is a 10 spread. That's the biggest one, and then I think the second one is the Commanders Cardinals at a 7. I think those are the 2 highest ones.
And if you really want, I'm going to take the Bears beating Green Bay too. I think that kryptonite's over.
5 beatings. That's 5 whole beats.
So I'm not adding that one in there. I did 4, and
okay.
3 of them can go either way. So
I'll still eat 5 beans.
That's what I'm going with. You can either take it or leave it. Is there anything else? Anything else in the sports world you guys want to talk about?
I particularly do not have anything I want to talk about in the sports world.
So, I mean, I feel like 2 big things right now, right, is Joe Burrow is now the highest paid player in the NFL, and
that's a good one. Yeah, there is
55 a year
player in the NFL now. So, shout out Danny Dimes for up the entire quarterback market and screwing literally everybody over, and shout out to Kyler Murray too for screwing everybody else, and shout out on Watson for deciding that fully guaranteed deals are also cool. Thank you.
Yep. Just mess it up for everyone. Can't get any running back signed. I feel kind of bad for them, especially when you have people like Saquon and CMC that aren't getting paid what I think they deserve. But
like we talked about it earlier, Jonathan Taylor, they're willing to get 1st-round picks for him, but aren't willing to pay him for a first-round pick.
Value.
So
that's insane to me.
If we want to talk about anything we want to talk about in the sports world, how about Germany getting revenge for World War II and World War I, beating USA today, knocking them out of the championship bracket?
Interesting. That's yeah. I mean, did we see that coming? Is the question.
We did not, but I know a certain Austrian painter is going to be very happy in his grave.
That's absolutely Ted. I think I went over Christian's head a little bit.
That's not good.
That's but
I don't know if that stays in.
Guys, I think we got one more little thing we're going through. Guys, it's dubs and chugs. And boy, do I have something for you. David, did you do a little bit of research today?
I did, but it's all going to be my memory because I've left my outline. So
that is okay.
Oh, what is this egg doing taking screenshots in our group chat like a freaking weirdo? Oh, did you take a screenshot of David with his bare butt cheeks in there?
Well, did I see my bare butt cheeks?
What's sad is we don't know if he did or not, because he doesn't know if he did or not, because there's like no line.
There is a line. It's poop. We've talked about it on the podcast.
All right, we'll get into it, guys. On Friday's games, we got the White Sox versus the Tigers.
God, both teams are I'll just take the Tigers because they're at home.
Yeah, I forget who the pitcher was for the White Sox, but he actually is a better pitcher. Now, again, it's in Detroit, and I think Detroit is the better team. But, because I know Christian's a favorite of White Sox, I'm going to pick them.
I like pink ones.
Interesting. I'm just going to go with Detroit on this one. They're at home. I feel like they'll get it done. Going into the next game, we got the Brewers versus the Yankees.
I'll go first. So the Yankees were just on a 5-game win streak, got snapped. The Brewers are hot too. They're in a very tight race. And you know what? I feel like now I've cracked the code. I've cracked the code. I have to pick the Brewers to win for them to want to win. Because if I pick against the Brewers, then they'll want to win even more. But if I pick the Brewers, they'll win. So I'm going to pick the Brewers.
I don't know if you really cracked the code on that one, my guy.
Chris as well.
Do the math. The math adds up.
Go ahead, Christian.
I said I'd take the Brewers. I had just set my fault. I said I'd take the Brewers.
Me, trust or bust. And it's me. It's me this week. Yes.
I'm going Yankees. Severino's on the mound. I think he's due for a decent outing. I'm going to take the Yankees. Next game, we got the Mets versus the Twins.
Poverty. Sorry.
I'll take the Twins. Mets suck. Poverty.
Yeah, I baited you because I'm actually picking the Mets to win this game.
I'm with David on that based off of who's pitching. I'm taking the Mets as well to win this game. Twins are hot. They're a good team now, but I'm taking the Mets.
They're 6.5 out in front of the NL. In the AL Central now. I think they pretty much had that locked. There's like 22 games left. I don't think the Guardians are going to be making a comeback anytime soon.
So on Saturday, we got the Royals versus the Blue Jays. Battle of the Blues, guys.
I really want to pick the Royals, but I'll go with the Blue Jays.
Good choice on not picking the Royals. Zach Greinke's on the mound. He's like 1-14 with like a 5 or 6 ERA. Gossman's on the mound for the Blue Jays, I believe, and I'm going to pick the Blue Jays to win that game.
Yeah, the Ephus pitch isn't working for Greinke this year, as you can see. I'm going to take the Blue Jays in this one as well.
I'm sure the offense isn't working for Greinke as well either. So
that's true. Next game is the Cardinals versus the Reds.
Take the Reds.
Yeah, I'm going to pick the Reds too. Right now, they're half a game back of that last wild card spot. The last time I checked, they're going to need to tighten it up to get that last spot, and I think they're going to do it here. They're at home. Great American Ballpark in Cincy is a hitter's park, and I think they're going to take good advantage of it this weekend.
Yeah, Cardinals are pitching Thompson. He's 4-5 with 391. Reds are picking Spires on the mound. He's 0-0 with a 6.75 ERA. But I agree with you. The Reds need it. They need to win. So I'm going to take the Reds in that one. Our last game on Saturday, we got the Padres versus the Astros.
I think I'll take the Astros. That's what's in.
I think that's a good pick. Javier's on the mound in that one. He's 9-3 right now. Those ERAs a little bit higher than a 9-3 pitcher probably would be. I think those bats are good right now. Astros are in a tight spot right now. They need to win more games. I think they're in first place or tied first with the Mariners. So I think they're going to continue to win. I have the Astros winning this one.
Yeah, Javier's on the mound for the Astros. I feel like they're at home. I feel like that's pretty much how that's going to go. I think the Astros win that one. Guys, getting to Sunday. I'm going to switch it up on you guys. I'm going to go Raiders versus Broncos.
Oh, man.
That's for the tiebreaker?
No, this is for
Sunday.
Oh.
Sunday. Yeah. Oh, this is a tough one, though. Have the Broncos made that much of a jump? I'm going to say because of injuries in the wide receiver position for the Broncos, I think that's going to hurt them a bit. I think that the Raiders are going to win this game. I feel like they have the better overall team. It'll be interesting to see. You have a new quarterback there in Garoppolo. It'll be interesting to see how he does in that system. And that defense is pretty decent too. So I'm going to pick the Raiders to win there.
Nick, do you want to throw in a freaking pick or what?
I thought who'd you pick, Christian?
Denver.
Pick the Broncos.
Okay, yeah. I think Sean Payton's there. They finally have a decent coach there. Russell Wilson had a terrible year last year. Defense is pretty much the same as it was last year. So I'm going to take the Broncos. As you can say, that's my bet of the week. So I'm going to take the Broncos in that one. Next game, we're going to go Bengals-Browns.
Yeah. Listen, and guys, look, I mean, this just happens to be more important than a parlay, though, right? Like, I know that I said in the parlay that Cleveland was going to win this thing, right? But losing $5 or losing this. I mean, this has bragging rights inside of it all, and I can't lose this. So without a doubt, I'm going to go Cleveland.
Okay. So yeah, I think it's really dependent whether that Burrow plays or not now. But I'm gonna go with Cincy. It's a little biased, but Cincy, if the last couple of seasons have proven they like to start off cold, especially since Burrow doesn't like to play the preseason apparently. So I'm gonna pick Cincy here. Even if he doesn't play, I still think they have a good enough team to win against Cleveland. I already know who Nick's gonna pick.
Guys, I mean, it's a tough one. I mean, Browns at home. That fan base shows up even when they're the worst team in the league. I think they're excited. I think the team's excited to get out there. Give me the Browns winning this one. Yeah. And guys, this next game, this one's kind of like one of those games I did not want to touch in any of the sports betting world. The Dolphins versus the Chargers.
Oh man.
Ooh. Herbert versus freaking Tua.
Yeah. You know what though? I really, really, really like Quentin Johnson. I think that's going to elevate that Chargers team to another level with Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, and him there. I'm going to take the Chargers, man.
I find it very interesting. The person who's been freaking jacking off all over the Miami Dolphins this past preseason, offseason, picked them to lose. I think the Chargers are the better overall team. You look at the defense, they're better. Look at their offense, they're better. The only thing they're not better at is coaching. And you know, I'm going to pick the Chargers solely based on the fact that Tua's younger brother is on a trash team. And so I think that the Chargers are going to win.
What do the Terps have to do with this?
What don't they have to do with it,
man? Hey, we're 1-0. We're 1-0. That's all that
against
matters.
What, like the Virginia School for the Blind Deaf? And
hey, at least our team still has a chance to go to the playoffs. Florida doesn't.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking to me. Sorry.
I'm going Dolphins here, guys. I don't think the Chargers are ready for this offense that's going to hit them. Barring Tua stays healthy in the game. I'm going to take the Dolphins in this. Guys, our tiebreaker game, it's a tradition. I feel like it needs to be put out there. We got the Cowboys versus the Giants, Sunday Night Football.
Yep. Yeah. I'm going to get sick to my stomach saying when I'm
It doesn't matter. Either way, you're sick to your stomach.
Yeah, but listen, I can stomach saying Giants win. See how I just said it right there in one breath? That was it. I can do that. But I think I'm going to take the... One second.
Okay. You got it.
I'm going to take the Cowboys.
Holy. Oh, my. Cowboys start 1-0.
Hard. But I think I'll take them. You know what? I'm just gonna hope for the best. I'm gonna take them 3-0.
Okay.
Okay.
Go. No offense. I think there's gonna be quite a bit of picks in this game. I think Daniel Jones has a sneaky game this week against them. I think he gets a good amount of yards on the ground. If you have him in fantasy, maybe think about starting him. Dallas has a really good defense now. They have, probably most overrated corners right now in Stephon Gilmore and Trevon Diggs, not going to lie. But they have Micah Parsons. He's a pretty good player. I want to take the Giants 27-24.
Yeah, guys. Wow. I think there's just too much hype around Dallas. Don't get me wrong, they have a great team. They got what they needed. I'm with you. I think their corners are a little overrated. One of them getting up there in age too, and I don't think he's going to be the same person that he was. But I think Daniel Jones kind of gets this one done over there. I think he's going to get that $40 million. The Giants fans hyped about that $40 million dollar contract or a year he signed. Jeez, I can't talk. Now I will say if Cooper Rush was starting for the Cowboys, I would probably pick the Cowboys. But Dak's going to throw a couple interceptions, and I'm going to take the Giants winning 24-20. Hey, they're at home, man. They're at home.
Well, the good news is now is that, as long as Dallas wins, even with a 3-0 prediction, I win the tiebreaker. So fuck off.
What a gross Sunday night football game if it's 3-0. 3-0.
Welcome back to football. 3-0 game. People are falling asleep.
Miserable.
I don't think either of those defenses are good enough to only hold 3 points the entire. This isn't like the 1960s. I don't think there's gonna be a 3-0 game. What did he just say?
I said both QBs are trash enough.
Yeah, but both defenses aren't that good.
No.
Oh, okay. Here's this. What's the over under of picks to look like that night?
I'm going 4.
4 picks.
I'll go 5.
5 picks. I think Dak has 2. I think Daniel Jones has 1. I'll go 3.
Interesting. I just split the middle between you two, I guess. I guess that's what happened.
Well, you win first.
I know. What is this? Price is Right?
Well, if the Price is Right rules, I think Christian went 5, right?
Yeah.
So he's the one who did Price is Right. He went 1 above you. I went 1 under. So I can only get 3 and win the Price is Right. R.I.P. Bob Barker.
Wait, hold on. No, I thought you had to be. Oh, you can't go over. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
I've been at my grandma's house way too much to not know the rules for this.
So true. But hey, guys, enjoy week 1 of NFL, guys. It's here. We got some great games this week.
And here's a little helpful hint for you via Nick. Thanks a lot for this one. If you're a college student, you can get NFL Sunday ticket for $109 and $119 with Red Zone as opposed to $399. So if you have a friend or family member who's not going to use that discount, go and ask them, hey, can I borrow your school email address? It'll save you a tremendous amount of money. And this is free ad revenue for YouTube. Shout out
YouTube. Yeah. Look,
I guess.
Look, we got you. Put us in a commercial. Yeah. Come on, get that Sunday ticket. Enjoy it. You can watch every football game out of network. And
7 hours of uninterrupted football with Scott.
Does it get better than that? And I will say, guys, I might be at the Eagles backer bar this weekend enjoying it. I'm not sure.
Subscribe.
I'm starting to lean towards I'm going there, man. What's better than hanging out with
I see a little devil on his shoulder right now that is Swoop.
Yeah, right? But anyway, enjoy it, guys, and we'll see you next week.
Deuces. Go Birds.
Analyzing every play like we were the champion. With witty banter and humor, we keep it fun. HTP fam, we always bring the number 1. Highlight taking pockets, we taking over the scene. We drop dubs and chugs, living the sports dream. From hot takes to deep dive, it's a winning regime. Come join the hype, we're not just blowing steam.